All right, today we want to talk about something that is not normally any kind of real problem, but over the last few months it has become a potential issue for perhaps the individual who has to go various places in the city, depending on what your job is, where your job is taking you, where we have a construction site, and you have to go through a certain area or be in a certain area. Now, it's become more common and may yet become more common in the future for us to have situations that involve civil unrest, that is, protests or riots or anything like that, some sort of civil unrest situation. Well, if you're traveling to or from work, or you're having to work in a particular part of the city, there is a possibility that this sort of thing would come upon you by virtue of the fact that you just happen to be at a particular location at a particular time. For example, you leave the job site, you go get yourself some lunch, and somehow in the middle of that, there's some sort of a protest or some sort of a riot. So, what I want to talk with you about today is how to survive a protest, how to survive a riot. If for any reason you find yourself caught up in a protest or a riot, what you want to try to do, if at all possible, is to keep to the edge of the crowd where it's the safest. Try not to be identified as one of the demonstrators. Keep well away from anybody that appears to be a leader or an agitator. And then at the first opportunity, break away and seek refuge in a nearby building or find a suitable door or alleyway and stay there until the crowd passes by. Now, when you are leaving the fringe of the demonstration, make sure to remain calm and just walk away. Don't run, because this will draw attention to you. Now, in the event that for some reason you're stopped by the police or arrested by the police or military, do not resist. Go along peacefully. Contact us, contact your company as soon as you possibly can to help you resolve the predicament that you're in. If you're caught up in a crowd, stay clear of like glass shop fronts, stay on your feet, move with the flow, and try to work your way out of it as soon as possible. If you're swept along in the crush, try to create a space for you by grasping your wrists and bracing your elbows away from your sides. Bend over slightly. This should allow you a little breathing room. If you're pushed to the ground, or try to get against a wall and roll yourself into a tight ball and cover your head with your hands until the crowd passes. Remember to try to keep calm. The crowd should sweep past in a short space of time. If for any reason you're in a situation where shooting breaks out, drop to the ground, cover your head and your neck, and lie as flat as you can. Now, these are just some general tips to help you, because even though you may be minding your own business, going to or from your job site, or walking to or from lunch, in a situation that you did not expect to be in because you're just going about your daily business, this is something that will help you, so that if you should, under any circumstances, get caught up in a situation like this, you can know and have some information and insight as to how to respond and survive. So in that respect, it's very similar to what we would do with active shooter training. We're just wanting to prepare you to remain safe so you can continue to go to or from your work and continue to remain healthy and successfully survive an incident perhaps like this.